Namaskar everyone, Asanest Fire here on the Way of Dharma 108. Our video for today, we are going to talk about Puruscharana, also known as Puruscharana. The video of today came about as a comment that I received from one of the fellow subscribers who was asking whether a mantra would work or whether it wouldn't due to karmic reasons. Today I'm going to explain what would be behind those mechanisms and how to go about making sure that you activate the mantra to work, to function for you effectively in whatever lifetime you are in, basically. If you are new over here, please make sure that you do subscribe. Please make sure that you do like so that our content gets to be recommended to you in our upcoming videos and content. Om Shanti. So what is Puruscharana or Puruscharana? Simply put, it's an invocation ritual whereby you make a certain intent of activating a mantra. What does it consist of? It consists of purification of a mantra and insertion of a mantra in different fingers and the palm of your hand. Also in the 6 limbs, also known as the Shadanga, or the 6 limbs basically. It consists of a rishi who discovered the mantra and the rishi who gave away the chanda. So what is a chanda? Is a meter. Roughly put, would be a rhythmic way of chanting that mantra. So mentioning those things in a ritualistic way gives way to activation of a certain mantra, thereby bringing the deity closer to you. Now the invocation ritual includes giving of offerings, includes performing of certain austerities, certain services which are bhakti, which are in a way selfless service. Suppose you want to activate a mantra, you might be asked in the Puruscharana to actually give offerings to maybe virgin girls. If it's a certain deity, a devi, you may be recommended to do such. Cook certain foods for spiritual priests of a certain order to make sure that you get the blessing of those priests to go about activating a mantra. Now the mechanisms behind the mantra. In a previous video, I did mention that sometimes you find that you have a past life with a mantra. You find that it gave you miraculous results in a previous lifetime, and then you find that you did receive those results without doing much rituals to that mantra, doing much service to that mantra, basically, because you are doing service to a certain mantra, doing much worship to a certain mantra, and then you find that it was bestowing results and miraculous results in the past lifetime. You find that in this lifetime you have to give back to that mantra. Sometimes you find that in your past lifetime you were of a low vibrational frequency. Your past deeds are not allowing you to access the power of the mantra due to the sanskaras, the personality that you had in your previous lifetime. The way in which you behaved does not allow you to access a mantra, because a mantra, it's so powerful, and the rishis, the seers, the sages discovering that mantra knew this even before we can come across certain mantras. They knew that if this would fall into the wrong hands of someone who is not pure, it would wreak havoc among us individuals, among us humanity. So they put a certain pin to lock the energy of the mantra so that it's not accessible to everyone. So performing a Puruscharana mantra recitations has a certain number to attain siddhi of that mantra. When you destroy or finally get to remove that block that's blocking you from accessing the energy of the mantra, you become a siddha of the mantra. You begin the level of attaining supernatural powers through that mantra. So they call you a siddha. So when you remove that first level, you become a siddha, and then you are able to work with the mantra. Along the process of working with that mantra, the invocation ritual, you get to clear your karma, because what does it do? The mantra goes inside of your mind. When it goes inside of your mind, it meets with your sanskaras, your past sanskaras, and then it becomes a sanskara. It becomes a new formed habit, a new formed impression in your mind. So what does it do? What does it automatically do? The past sanskaras, they want to fight this new thing, this new program that you are putting in your hardware, in your system. So they fight, and then when you continue doing japa, finally you get to bend those past sanskaras and you embody the energy of the mantra, and you are able to bend those karmas, and then now it's able to work for you, because now you put a new seed inside of your new hardware. You've installed a new software. Now the easiest way to do this, most mantras require recitations of about 100,000 recitations. So that would be 100,025, which would be equivalent to 1 lakh recitations. So most mantras, they require such efforts. But now even if you don't attain the grace of the Devi or the deity that you are trying to invoke, you can still go on further and do more recitations of 100,000, doing that intent, which is a sankalp, to actually do another monthly long ritual, 13 days long ritual, 11 days long ritual to attain that siddhi. You can basically do that. Even if you don't get the grace of the entity, you may continue, and then it is said that after a while your karma will get purified, and then you'll get to get the grace of the deity. Getting the grace of the deity would mean a deity bestowing a certain boon unto you, a certain supernatural power unto you. And another way of getting supernatural powers from that mantra, doing a Puruscharana invocation ritual. After doing a certain number of recitations, which are 100,000, you get to embody the energy of the mantra. Now you no longer require to do so many recitations to get physical apparent results, tangible results out into the physical existence. You get to recite maybe 108 times one mala only, and then you get to have results from that one mala recitations. I hope you find this helpful, and I hope you find this educational. Please approach certain deity mantras with caution, like the ones that remove your ego. Deities like Mahakali are not for beginners, are not for people who don't understand this certain type of stuff, because you can do a Puruscharana, and then those sanskaras resurfacing would be too much to handle for you, especially if you are doing a sadhana for a deity that's known to purify the ego, whereas you are a beginner. For Puruscharana, I would recommend that you start with simple, auspicious deities like Shri Mahaganapati, with a mantra of Ganesha, and then you do that. You can finally get to see what I'm talking about, because now if you go about the fast way, there's no wrong way, the fast way, you will see what I'm talking about. Before I end this, I would like to mention that some of these instructions, we instruct people a certain way on our YouTube channels, on our posts, maybe on Facebook or any social media platform, for a certain type of reason. You always find someone who misinterprets these types of teachings and wants to overcomplicate these types of teachings and complexify these things, thereby bamboozling themselves and losing themselves in doing so. So guys, I would like to make you aware of this. This is a simple ritual formula which includes those insertion of different mantras in different parts of your body. If you want to go about this, I have a few sadhanas that I can recommend to you, that I can give to you, and do a demonstrational video or a demonstration video on how to insert these mantras in different types of your body. All you need to do is contact me through asanest.fya@gmail.com. asanest.fya@gmail.com. No, I said asanest.fya@gmail.com. Yes, I said that. And then you can talk about the activation of certain mantras. Or if you are bold and brave enough, you can pick a mantra that you get drawn to basically, but it should be a Ganesh mantra, so that you get to open your spiritual path, your spiritual obstacles, so that you get to have a smoother journey. You are fortunate to come across this information from such a simplistic form of explanation, because even I wouldn't have wasted so much time. I would have begun doing this in the beginning of my sadhana journey or of my spiritual journey. If I had knew this, I would have started that time. So guys, all you need to do is fight to get to that 1 lakh. Or if you just want results, just chant 108 simply and then you'll get results. But to attain the energy of the mantra, 125,000 is your goal. And then how you would count such a number would be this way. In every mala, you have 108 beads. The 8 beads are dedicated to Sri Ganesha, so we don't count them. So when you do 108, you actually did 100 chants. So if you want to reach 125, you should divide from that 125 the 8,000 that will belong to Shri Mahaganapati. In that case, you would have to even recite you would even have to recite 130,000, so that when you minus the 8,000, you get to reach 125. The best way to do this would be to chant 10,800 for a certain number of days, basically. But it should be more than 12 days, which would allow you to reach 140,000 recitations, to actually minus 8,000 and get what you need. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was educational. I hope you do find it in your way to subscribe. Make sure that you do like this video, because I do know that it will bring value in your life. Om Namah Shivaya, Asanest Fire, here on the way of Dharma.